you're looking for inspiration, for ideas, for encouragement, for insight, for wisdom on what to do to take your church to that next level so you can see more lives change in your church, if that's what you're passionate about, then man, you need to get to the summit because that's what you're going to experience. You're going to walk away refreshed. You're going to walk away with ideas. You're going to walk away with practical things that you can implement. And I think for some pastors, you might be like, man, I'm close to maybe quitting, or I'm so frustrated, or man, this isn't at all what I signed up for. And I would just say, man, come to the summit, get around other pastors who are just as passionate about this, and just see what God might do in your heart. Probably the thing that's been the best highlight for me is the 14ers. So what was cool, what the outreach did is they got these leaders of some of the fastest growing churches, and they gave them 14 minutes to really talk about one topic that they were really passionate about. And in one sense, it was like a little bit overwhelming because after each of these sessions, you just want to sit there and be like, man, we need an altar call. Like, we need time to just digest this. But in the other sense, you had another like super high level passionate leader getting up and giving 14 minutes of what they were passionate about. So that's probably been my favorite thing about the summit, is just listening to these leaders that God is using in an incredible way. And they're not only just sharing ideas and insights, but in a lot of ways, they're just being real with pastors. I mean, some are sharing their struggles. Some are sharing issues like whether it's pride issues or just some of those core spiritual issues that I think everybody in the room knows that we're dealing with, but sometimes we don't want to talk about. And here's a person that's getting up in front of everybody who's reaching thousands and thousands of people and just being honest and saying, man, this is where I'm at. This is what God's teaching me. This is what I'm having to learn. And so that's just refreshing. Some of it is just going back to the basics, but some of it is like, man, I never thought about it that way before. And just that perspective change, I think, can really help pastors take their church to the next level. If you're a pastor and maybe your church is plateaued, or maybe you're saying, man, we've actually seen the church start to decline, and you're going to say, we're not going to stand for that. Like, while you're the lead pastor, you're not going to say the kingdom is going to shrink in your city or in your area. And if that's you, you need to get to the summit, because when you get to the summit, you're going to be surrounded by people who are aggressive and passionate about evangelism, about outreach, and it's going to give you the encouragement to actually say, how can you reach more people in your city?